feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double X.
I feel the power, 21.org, Internet Radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I'm living in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
That's right, you tell him, little buddy. That's my boy Robot. What's going on, family? This is Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City. Beautiful weather today. We had a great time outdoors, cooking out, walking the dog, taking pictures with my little doggies. We was just having a ball today. Baltimore, Owens Mills. What's going on, Glen Burnie? What's going on, Atlanta? What's going on, New York? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Positive Power Double XI Christian Media. We're so excited, y'all. We're glad everybody dialing in, checking us out online. And don't forget, y'all, you can check all our shows on Spotify. That's right. Just go to my page, Jerry Royce Live, and click on any links and check out all our podcasts. Everybody has their own channel. You can check out all their replays. All their replays. All right? Hold tight, y'all. And let's bring my good friend, our co-host. That's right, Paula G. Bring her on the show. What's up, Paula G?
Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. Batman, how are we doing?
Batman is doing good. Doing good. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
I see Mimi had a fantastic day today.
Yeah, she had a great day out there, Paula G. Man, we was just taking pictures. She finally cooperated. She normally don't cooperate.
With the picture?
Yeah.
She's camera shy.
Yeah, she usually cuts up on me when I'm trying to take pictures.
Yeah, she's just a little camera shy, that's all.
She just don't want to be on Facebook. She know Pop gonna put it on Facebook.
That's right. She's a little camera shy, but when it comes time to speak up, she definitely does, because she's not going to take any mess from those big dogs. I'm like, look at Mimi.
I know,
her little itty bitty self.
I know. And I got to walk across the street because, them people trying to, they say my dog bigger than theirs, so they don't really care. So they just keep coming. But they don't know. Mm-hmm. She won 2 fights in the neighborhood, and they were like 3-4 times her size. So I don't know what they thinking about, Don't know what they thinking about.
She's got that little dog, big heart.
Man, my little Shorky. You're going to turn him up.
You're sure? Well, they got a lot of energy anyway. So
Yeah. Them little Yorkies, man, they bred to, to kill. So I don't know what people thinking when they be trying to walk up on us like that. Anyway, Paula G, we got a great guest tonight. This guy, I was listening to some of his music, and man, it sounded like I was listening to Prince. Man, he had some skills. Oh. He was turning it up. Yeah, so much talent in this world. Well, let's bring him out. I'm sure I got him connected. Let's see. All right. Mr. David Stevens, you connected, sir? You connected to Positive Power?
Yes, sir.
There he is.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Thanks so much for having me, y'all.
Amen. God is good. Well, look, I'm just going to say hello. My co-host, Paula G, is going to take over, but we are so grateful, so honored to have you here and your good music. Your music is awesome. Well, you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate it, definitely.
Amen. All right, one more mute, and you guys have a great show. Amen.
All right. Well, family, thank you so much for joining us here at Late Night Radio with Jerry Royce Live and Paula G. I hope you all have had, will have, or will continue to have a wonderful day, whether you're listening live or in podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you. And also, we want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Dr. Byron Herndon. He has a book entitled Heart Condition. Make sure you check it out on Amazon. And also, check us out right here, Monday through Thursday night. Triple podcast starting at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss any of the shows, Monday through Thursday evening. Well, family, this evening we have a gentleman with us, and he has shared the stage with the likes of Gerald Albright, Najee, Alex Bouillon, and so many more. He's electrifying, he's energetic, and he is here with us. Robot, help me. Put your hands together for Mr. David P. Stevens.
Hey.
What's going on, my
Hey.
brother? How are you navigating this season in time? I have to give my brothers a moment. You know, I've been doing some shows. I have another show on Wednesday evenings on Survival Radio Network, and as I'm been having my guests on and my brothers on, I just been giving them a moment if they wish to share their perspective, you know, and what we are faced with and challenged with before we get down to the music.
That's right. Because right now, that's actually what's most important and what's most pressing. So I guess, wow, I don't want to say, I'm doing good, because
right.
I'm not. I'm maintaining as we all learn to do. But you know, this is a very difficult season. But you know what? It's not that it's any more difficult than it has always been. We've always suffered these, you know, the same problems with police brutality and racism and all those things. But it's just that we've come to a head now. You know, we finally come to a place where we're tired, and where now it's time to fight back, and now it's time to you know, to make some changes. And so, you know, I think we're all feeling really exhausted from the conversations that we have to have, the continual dialogue and back and forth with you know, like for me, you know, a lot of white fans and black fans alike, you know, because we don't always agree. You know what I'm saying? As a group, we're not you know, homogenous. We don't just say, you know, okay, yeah, one person agrees, and then we all, you know, we fight against that stereotype that we have, you know, homogenous thinking. So, so it's difficult. You know, it's been a lot of conversations.
Yes, it is. Well, you just continue to press forward, like, you know, like you always have, and like you're always doing, because in the midst of all of this, you are still making your mark as a funky, dynamic guitarist. Now, how have you earned that title? How are you making your mark?
So, well, I was known for being more so on the smooth jazz platform, and I was, you know, and the music is a lot, you know, it's really like a happy music, really, you know, kind of formulaic to some degree, and not putting it down because I love it, but I always infuse all my different influences into it. So, you know, that's where the funky thing came in. In my performances, I do a lot of jumping around and a lot of funk, energetic, and a lot of rock and stuff. Yeah, you know, and just try to, you know, infuse all my different influences in. So that's where that came from. Because
you enjoy, and you know, it's a beautiful thing to see an artist on stage when they really enjoy what it is. You can tell because you can feel the energy, you can feel the vibes. You know, you just enjoy what it is that they're doing on stage. We're gonna take a pause here, and I want you to tell us a bit about "I Am a Man." I think it's
absolutely
an appropriate moment to talk about that.
How much time I had to talk about that, because I think that's so important right now.
I am a man. Well, go ahead and let the spirit lead you, and we'll just see what happens, because we're just having a conversation, and the rest of the world just happens to be listening. So we'll take it from there. I
love that. Cool. So during the midst of everything last week, I was like I said, finding myself in so many discussions and arguments and everything like that. And I just got to a place where somebody actually said, you know, we would love to hear your perspective through song. And at the time, I didn't want to hear that. I just wanted to keep on arguing, you know, and yelling my head off. Yeah. But I sat down later that night, and I said, you know what? Instead of writing a long essay, I'm going to use the power of music to be able to break down how exactly I'm feeling, that I believe also represents how many people in you know, African American community are feeling. And so I began to write the words. But what I want to get across with this song, the message that I was trying to get across, was that, you know, fundamentally, a lot of people don't, you know, I'll say one group in particular does not believe that we are actually human. Because in order to commit, you know, so many different atrocities and so many things against us, they have to fundamentally believe that we are not, equal, and we're not, sharing the same exact, genealogy and all that kind of stuff. And so, for me, I just wanted to say, listen, stop. I'm the same as you. I bleed the same. I get angry the same way. I'm no different than you. I cry when people die. You know what I mean? And and I wanted to write a song that would make them stop and reflect and say, you know what, racism really is stupid. At the bottom of it, it's really stupid. So that's where I was going with that song.
Ladies and gentlemen, David P. Stevens, guitarist, he speaks. I am a man.
What do you say? Yeah, I'm a different shade, but like you I bleed, like you I cry when loved ones die. Like you, I crave my peace of mind. And like you, I long for brighter days. And like you, wish I could laugh this pain away. But see me, hear me, get to know who I am. Might see that we have more in common. See me, hear me, I'm a man. Just like you, I'm a man. Take a look at me. Don't close your eyes. See the pain in my soul. And why I cry is uncomfortable. That's okay. We'll get to better days. We work through the pain. See, like you, I long for brighter days. And like you, wish I could laugh this pain away. See, hear me, get to know who I am. Might see that we have more in common. See me, hear me, I'm a man. Just like you, I'm a man. Oh, see me, hear me, get to know who I am. Might see that we have more in common. See me, hear me, I'm a man. And just like you, I'm a man. Yeah.
And if you are just joining us, this is Late Night Radio with Jerry Voice Live and Paula G with our guest, the phenomenal David P. Stevens. And he wants the world to know through his beautiful melodic sounds, I Am a Man. My brother, that was a beautiful song. And I'm so glad you stopped arguing and wrote that song.
Thank you. Right, sometimes you got to say, listen, man, let me just put it in song.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is just beautiful. It just really vibrates, through your soul, and we can just really hear the passion in that. So thank you so much for sharing that, because just the title in itself, is powerful. I am a man. And speaking of man, there are some other men that have influenced you throughout your journey. one being Wes Montgomery. Tell us why he is he was an influence or is an influence for you.
Well, I love the sound of Wes Montgomery. He was real innovative.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to. He has a real interesting story. He would practice quietly at night, and use his thumb to practice because he didn't want to disturb people. And it became his trademark thing. Became his trademark sound. So I always loved the fact that he broke down doors and did it his own way. And I like people throughout history, especially musicians and artists who did it their own way and broke through. And it's not an easy thing to do that because people always want you to be the same as everybody else. So sometimes the pioneers have so much,
and that's what makes them pioneers. Yeah,
right.
That's what makes them pioneers of those unique things that they do.
Exactly. I had teachers early on who would always consistently say, you got to develop your own sound. Don't try to sound like me. Don't try to sound like George Benson. Develop your own sound. And so that's been in me from the beginning.
Wow. And there's been another influence, the other George Duke.
Oh my goodness, George Duke. Yeah, as far as writing and producing, George always took chances, and he's another pioneer. Just love George Duke. Yep, absolutely.
And it's something when you have other artists in your field that you can look at and you can see their journey and the things that they have done, to get where they are. It's encouraging, especially when you yourself you might have a unique way of how you express your music that's not like everybody else. And it encourages you to kind of continue to move forward in that stance. So now you're at the point that you have 5 jazz albums under your belt. Is that correct? You got 5 albums.
I actually have 7. I have 7 albums, and then just recently put out an EP. Called Vibration. That would be like number 8, or I guess you say 7.5.
7.5.
Right.
Wow. So as you have put out these albums, over the course of your career, can you kind of give us a journey from your first album up to your 7.5 album, maybe some of the milestones along the way, maybe some of the lessons along the way, some of the revelations along the way?
Sure, that's a great question. I could go on for days with that one. The very first album I put out, I wasn't sure exactly what direction I wanted to go in. So you can almost hear it's an innocence and a I don't want to say confusion, but it was just like a whole bunch of different influences. It was called Timeless. So it was smooth jazz, it was fusion jazz, it was funk, it was R&B, soul, a little bit of gospel, and I was kind of mixing everything in together. And I didn't realize at the time that was the style that I was really developing or that I would become known for. But that was rough. And then I immediately went right back into the studio and did my second album called The Shed. And I used the connections that I was making from the first album to try to get other artists to jump on board with me. So I had like Gerald Veasley in there with me and Carol Riddick and just a whole bunch of people. And then everything just kind of progressed from there. And like as far as performing, I was doing a lot of solo performing in clubs and stuff, and just kind of, as all artists say, kind of cutting my teeth and getting to know the audiences and seeing what worked and what didn't work, and seeing if I was even somebody that people would want to come see. And thankfully, it was a blessing. People really started coming out, and then I remember, it's funny, I'm trying to like roll all this into a one conversation because it was years, but
it's a lot.
Yeah, and so eventually I decided I didn't want to be local, and I never was the kind of guy that's like I just want to be in one place and be happy. I'm always striving for more, and so I packed up my stuff and started going around the country and calling up bands and saying, "Listen, let me come and do a show and you had your band feature it. And then I was packing out places, and then some of the promoters started hearing about it, and then from there things just really started moving. So I started doing festivals and all that stuff. So
wow,
it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. You know, you mentioned something a moment ago about the audience. Well, you know, saying, would I be someone that the audience would even want to hear? Which I think we can safely say now that yes, definitely someone that the audience wants to hear. But during the course of that journey, you kind of had to feel the audience out. Can you speak to that as an artist? Because I don't. Sometimes I see where maybe an artist or a poet or whomever it is may not necessarily have a feel of the audience that's in front of them. Am I making sense?
No, absolutely. You're making a lot of sense. I think for me, it was more of like I just would try new things all the time. I would do something. I would say, well, okay, this time I'm gonna jump off the stage and see how they receive it, or this time I'm gonna get on my knees and talk to the ladies and see how they receive it. And I, you know, if it was met with like a bunch of people looking at me like I was crazy, I wouldn't try that anymore. You know,
right? You make an adjustment on the spot.
Like that. Yeah.
Make an adjustment on the spot, right?
I had moments like that where I thought it was going to go over well, and there was crickets in the room. But you know, those experiences.
And I know it wasn't funny at the time.
No,
I know it wasn't funny at the time.
Bullets. Because you got the owner of the club looking at you like, come on, man, get up off those knees, and then you got the band looking at you like, come on, man. So
right.
Yeah, it's a learning experience for sure.
Yeah, and then through that, you know, just navigating what it is that the audience likes, but in the process of that, you continuing to be true to who you are, you continuing to be your natural self. So tell us a bit about Natural.
Natural. Oh, wow. So I don't know if you all remember the American Idol season 3, I believe it was. Latoya London was one of the finalists, and she's an amazing singer. And we hooked up recently, I guess now it's almost 2 years ago, and started recording and writing together. And we happened to be in Atlanta recording this one song, Natural. And it just felt so good. And I was like, I got to put this song out. And so just started working on some other love songs, and then that song ended up being the one that everybody is catching on to. So it's great. Wow,
that's cool. That's cool. Well, family, right now on Positive Power 21 Late Night Radio with Jerry Royce Live and Paula G. My guest, Mr. David P. Stevens.
Yeah.
This is Natural.
Wear that hair back, baby, I could stare at your pretty lips all day long. Beauty with no makeup, baby, when you wake up, before you put your game face on.
I do it to you, you do it to me. It happens so naturally. Natural to me. Some say it's unusual, but with you it's made to be. Beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's so natural. I love it when you say that, play that, lay back, When we build a love, trust, quality time. I feel safe when I'm with you. Everything that you do, baby, you know it eases my mind.
I'll do it for you, 'cause you do it for me. And it happens so naturally.
Natural, it's natural, it's natural to me. Some say it's unusual, but with you it's made to be. Beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's so natural.
And this is Late Night Radio with Jerry Royce Live. I'm Paula G. Ladies and gentlemen, that was David P. Stevens' Natural. That was kind of smooth, bro. That was kind of smooth.
Thank you.
I like that. That was smooth. Okay, so if my information is correct, this Philly girl, born and sort of kind of halfway raised on the west side of Philadelphia, she remembers some certain music growing up in Philly, streaming out the window. So tell us a little bit about your childhood days and what is some of the music that you remember? Because you know it's blasting on the street at night on a Saturday night. You know that, right?
That's right. That's right. You know, Philly was, oh my goodness, Philly was a big part. I mean, obviously, because, you know, from Philly and everything, that was just all the music and the just all the legends that came through Philadelphia and Philly International Records and everything. Amazing. It was all kind of ingrained in all of us musicians. Like, you got to be good, like, you know, like this one and like that one. And so all of those things were a big influence on me. So when I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, so like when I write and when I produce, I always hear those elements still in the back of my head, like, you know, the strings, Teddy Pendergrass, and then what he used, or, you know, all that stuff is in my head.
Yeah, because they had like some full orchestras, full symphonies in the studio, or whenever they were recording. I can't remember who it was that said that, you know, he only recorded with a full, you know, symphony or a full orchestra. So yeah, it's interesting when you reflect back on those days as a child. It was like you said, it was second nature, you know, because you just heard the music up and down the street, and you didn't think anything of it. You kept on doing whatever it was, you know, that you were doing during that, you know, during that time period. So you've had a lot of very influential artists that have poured into you and have just added to the talent base that you already have, the gifts that you already have. And you've recently gotten an endorsement from Epiphone Guitars and Boss Roland Electronics. Is that correct? What's the significance of an endorsement? What does that mean to you?
So, endorsement, right. So, well, Epiphone Guitars, Kramer Guitars, they're all under a company called Gibson Guitars, which is the largest guitar company in the world. And they it was a blessing because a friend of mine, Nick Coleone, who is like one of the top of the charts, always at the top of the charts in smooth jazz. He got me helped me get the endorsement. He walked me in the door, and so it's basically being able to advertise and market their guitars for them as they advertise and market you, and that's the most important significance of an endorsement. A lot of people think it's just free gear. Like, I just want a free guitar. Right. I just want some free strings, you know, but it's more than that. You know, you got to try to help them sell their product as they try to help sell you. So that's the significance of it.
And it speaks to, I believe it speaks to your brand, your influence, and just how serious you are about what it is that you're doing and being an artist. And for those of you aspiring artists that are listening to this, I want you to go to David's business page right now, David P. Stevens, Stevens. Go to his business page and see how that page is set up. When you are serious about doing what it is that you're doing, that's what it looks like, and that's what you have to do. I'm serious about that. I'm serious about that because it's all right there. Nobody has to question who you are or what it is that you're doing because it's all right there. And after you finish looking at your page, it's kind of like a drop the mic. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great example, and all of you all that are aspiring artists, check out his page, David P. Stevens, Stevens. While we're chatting here, check it out, look at it, and just learn from it. What do you feel has brought you to this point as far as being a successful artist? We've talked about the talent side, the gift side. As far as the business side and those elements, what do you feel are the elements necessary to be successful in this business and to wind up with major endorsements, the largest guitar distributor? Did you say the world? You said the world. Did you not say the world? Y'all, the man said the world. I'm just saying, the man said the world. He didn't say the country. He didn't say the state. He didn't say the city. The man said the world.
It's crazy when like certain people are on that roster, like B.B. King, so many other people. With Gibson. That's a blessing. But the question was, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say. So, what do you feel it takes to get you to that point, as far as the business side of the industry?
So, I think it's important for artists to really study what is going on around them. So, like for me, I know on the smooth jazz side, I know all the up and coming people who have no name that nobody's ever heard of, as well as the people with the top names. Because it's my job, I feel like, to study and really know my industry. I need to know what's working, what's not. You know, I need to know when I put out a song, who's listening to it. You know, I'm not just on social media like laughing and joking with people. I'm really trying to find out who's with me. You know, who's a real supporter, who will go listen to the music. And so I think all those things are important. Being professional and being tight about everything that you do, making sure that when you say I'm going to deliver something, that it gets delivered that date, and if it can't, that you're apologizing up and down. And apologizing brings me to another point: humility. You know, I think understanding that people don't have to take time and listen to you. They don't have to care about your music or your plight or anything that that you're talking about or doing. So it's huge for them to take that time, So being humble and really listening to fans and friends and all of that, I think is important as well. And then practicing, just making sure.
Come on,
craft like crazy.
Yes, practice.
And the last thing, hustling, because everybody thinks it comes easy. But this thing is it's no joke. Even even when you think, even when you think you're on top, it's hustle. It's hustle all the time.
Yeah. Yes. So you got to know. We backing up to what we were talking about earlier. Knowing your audience, studying, and knowing the industry. That was huge right there. I thought knowing who is listening, being professional at all times. Wow, we could just sit right there for a minute. Punctual. Punctual. Having humility. I'm just, hey, we just having a conversation, David. We just having a conversation. Humility.
That's right.
Listening. Practice. Right. You can never practice enough. Practice. And then the hustle of the business. So, again, those of you who are listening who are aspiring to be artists, hey, the man just gave you the floor plan right there. Now it's up to you to build it. So we've taken this journey tonight.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I had to add one more. Be able to be okay with being rejected. There's so many no's.
Yes.
And, if you just quit and give up every time somebody tells you no, you'll never have a career. Because you're going to hear it a million times before you get maybe 3 yeses. And so you just want to concentrate on the yeses once you get them.
Be okay with that rejection. That's huge right there. Be okay with that rejection. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So we've taken a journey. You've shared with us how you have made your mark. You shared with us who has influenced you. You shared with us your journey from your first album to your 7th and a half album, almost 8 album. The elements of a successful artist, what it takes to be a successful artist, and in turn, then getting the attention that puts you in alignment with getting a major endorsement worldwide, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, major endorsement, those that have influenced you on your journey. What's next?
Well, so many things. I moved out to Los Angeles, and I moved here to do more writing and production, and so that's actually at the same time I was developing skill as an artist. I've always been alongside of that, developing as a writer producer. So I'll be releasing a whole lot of music from different artists. I'm putting out some young artists that nobody's ever heard of, and that are going to actually like blaze the scene when they get on, and so I see that happening, me being more in that role, developing artists and writing and producing for artists. And then me continuing to put out some things.
To do what you're doing. Did you ever think you would be in this position in life? Did you ever thought you would arrive at this point?
I did. You know what my dad used to say to me when I was young? He said you always have to plan for success and never expect to fail. And so I used to listen to like all these Norman Brown, Gerald Albright, everybody on my way to sleep at night, and I would dream of it. It's surreal that I get a chance to meet these artists, had them on my album and play and perform and everything, but I was always practicing for that, and always with that in mind, like at some point I want to be on stage with them. So yeah, it's
you know that, really. But you know what you just said. You know what you just said though. That gives credit to those who believe in the law of attraction. Because how so? Because when you attract that which you desire. So by the fact that you're growing up and you're falling asleep, listening to these artists that you desire to share the stage with, then you now all of that just kind of pours into your subconscious. Because sometimes they say, and I've even noticed it for myself, I have to be careful about what I fall asleep to. If I fall asleep to the news, I wake up very tense. If I fall asleep to something very soothing, and I wake up more relaxed. So whether you realize it or not, you were almost, that was almost like marinating in your spirit all night because you were falling asleep to that. And in your mindset, I want to share the state. And then what did your father say? You've always had the plan for success. Absolutely, because you were falling asleep with your future in a sense. If I'm making any sense, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's almost it's almost like you programmed yourself, not even realizing that you programmed yourself to be where it is that you are today. Yes, sir.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. And I'm going to keep programming, too, because I want my mind to take me to being a millionaire.
Well, hey, come on.
And owning several properties. That's right.
Fall asleep to those millionaire YouTube, whatever they are. Yeah. Fall asleep to those.
Right.
and then come back and get your auntie.
That's right.
But seriously though, as you were sharing that, you were saying that, I'm like, he's right where he designed himself to be. He's right where he designed himself to be. That's powerful. Powerful right there.
And I would have to add that is where God designed too, because all these things. I'm just a firm believer in God, and
yes,
that's just. So I just believe that I none of this was by me. You know what I mean? I did the work, but he put things in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have this quote that I got at the King Center some years ago, and it says, "Leap and the net will appear." And that's exactly what you did. You just took the leap and trusted and believed that the net would appear, that God would place that net for you to fall into the direction of Gerald Albright, the direction of Najee, the direction of Alex Bouillon, all of them. So that's a powerful testimony right there. That's a powerful testimony. You definitely have blessed a few with that. Our time always goes so quickly when we're having these conversations, and I want to make sure that we get in a couple of more things before we leave you this evening. Firstly, share with the audience how they can stay connected and how they can support your music.
Okay, awesome. All of my social media and everything is under David P. Stevens. Make sure y'all spell it with the V, because that PH guy keeps getting my business. But no, everything is under David P. Stevens, and my booking agent, her name is Sherry Thompson. She is listed on my page. And then my amazing publicist, who has done so much work, and she's just like incredible, Desiree Benson. You can get in touch with me through her as well. So, everything is David P. Stevens, though.
Mm-hmm. And having a great team around you to add into the success of what makes a successful artist, with all of the things that you mentioned, having a great team around you. And again, if y'all have not gone to his page yet, go to his page. Everything and anything that you need to know about David P. Stevens is right there. You don't have to go any further. You don't have to think about it. Those of you who, I'm thinking about booking them, go right there. Information's right there. Everything's right there. You don't have to go any further. I'm telling you. From A to Z, everything that you need is on point. Just a beautiful setup there, beautiful setup. We are going to close out with I Just Can't Wait. But before we do that, I want to give you an opportunity to share, in the couple minutes we have left, to share with the audience if there's anything else that you would like to share with the audience, or anything that we have not touched on that you'd like to share with the audience.
I just want to say thank you. I know I have a lot of supporters and listeners who jumped on tonight to check it out, and I want to say thank you to them. I want to thank you as a hostess, because you've been great. Like, you make me feel like talking. You're very comfortable. And so I appreciate that. And and I guess, like, when you get ready to play the song, I Just Can't Wait, I'm very big on the Black family and trying to renew and restore the Black family. And this song was a dedication to my wife. It was being on the plane and trying to think, like, man, I wish these people hurry up and get off the plane so I can see my wife, So that's what I just can't wait.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Now, how long have you all been married?
We've been married for 21 years. And as a matter of fact, she is a superstar. She is on Twitter under Dr. Robin Stevens. So everybody should follow her. She's like a really, really smart person, just completely. And so we've been married 21 years and had 3 kids.
Oh, so it's R-O-B-I-N or R-O-B-Y-N?
R-O-B-I-N. Yep,
I-N, okay.
Robin
So y'all make
Stevens. Yep.
Okay. So I have to pause. I know I don't want to take this over, but I have to pause because I always have to ask this question. If anyone's been married over 15, well, really 20 years, what do you feel has been or continues to be the glue that holds you all together, the success of your marriage? Help somebody out there.
Oh, wow. I would say we concentrated heavily on friendship and not everything else. That's been the glue, because when everything else goes sour, at least I know that's my best friend in the other room, you know. And I think so we do a lot of going out, a lot of hanging out, texting each other back and forth, you know, just really developing
communication.
The
friendship.
Yeah, communication is huge. And then, like my pop would always say, not too many words. My dad's married for 56 years. My mom and dad.
Go ahead, Dad.
Years.
Go ahead, Dad. Mom and Dad.
And so his whole thing was he don't argue. He said what he said. That's it.
That's what he had to say, and then he's done with it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of old school men are like that. It's like I said what I had to say. I'm done with it. And the woman, she might keep going, but he just looked like I'm done. You keep going all night, but I'm done.
Yeah, you got to work it out on your own, but I'm done. And that's him.
I'm done.
And, you know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, all right. This has been a wonderful conversation. Even though the rest of the world's been eavesdropping on our conversation, David, I've had a ball. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you, and I look forward to, us having another conversation where the rest of the world is listening on our conversation. They've been listening to us.
That's right. They've been listening.
They've been listening. But it's been great. Would you mind closing us out with a word of encouragement or a prayer, and then we will listen to I Just Can't Wait.
Right. I want everybody to, right now, just focus on loving and healing. As far as African-American community, we got to agree on some things and come together so that we can try to, make some necessary changes in government. And, the fight is going to be harder if we can't come together and agree on how to do it. So I think This is a time out for everybody being angry with each other and all this stuff. It's time to, try to come with some solutions and try to figure out what we're going to do next. So strategize.
Amen. Strategy. Amen. And for those of you who are listening here in Georgia, tomorrow is Tuesday. Go out and vote. You've been out. You've been protesting. That's a beautiful thing. But y'all get to the voting booth tomorrow and handle your business. And wherever else around the country that voting day is either tomorrow or whenever it is, make sure you handle your business so our voices can be heard and the changes can be made that need to be made. All right, well, we are going to close out with Mr. David P. Stevens. And this song, that's going to go to his wife. I'm going to dedicate it to your wife because your man said, I just can't wait. Mr. Stevens, he said, I just can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I just can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I just can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Late Night with Jerry Royce Live, and Paula G right here on Positive Power 21. Until next time, don't forget to embrace the journey.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Sitting here on this plane, time standing still will drive you insane. Yes, it will. But I just keep picturing your pretty face. Oh, I just can't wait to get home to you. I just can't wait to get home to you. There will be lots of kissing and hugging, holding and talking and loving. Oh, you held us down when I was away. Babe, I'm counting every hour, every minute, every day, yeah. I just keep thinking about your pretty face. What I'm gonna do when I see you, baby. Woo. 'Cause I just can't wait to get home. I just can't wait to get home to you. There will be lots of kissing and hugging, holding and talking and loving. Oh, this has been such a great tour, but I can't take 1 second more. Gonna throw my bags down on the floor, yeah. Kiss your lips when I walk through that door. Girl, I just can't wait to get home to you, yeah. Yeah, I just can't wait to get home to you, yeah. And there will be lots of kissing and hugging, hey, holding and talking and loving. I just can't wait. There will be lots of kissing